Okay, all the racket is Stella's down there eating a treat. I told her, this is your last treat, then you're going to go lay in your bed. So we'll see. She's, man, that is trippy to me. Like, if you have, I think we're all seeing different things with different relationships, but Jesus Christ, the stuff that she, man, it's wild. It's like I'm just talking to another person. But okay, but I had to start because this was tripping me out. Because look at this. Like, what? And so I had the camera turned the other way, you know, because when I first put it on here, it's always turned the other way, facing out. And so I see that side of the room first. And so I was looking all around, seeing like if there was some sort of the fog. And what's weird is like right below the TV, it has like a foggy spot. Even looking, like we're sitting here right here, I can see a density that is right there. Like having to look through the fog to see that side of the room. Well, and it's like, what? I don't know. Maybe there's some energy that's just like, I know there's energies around here because I see them and shit. See them down the halls and stuff. And some, it's weird. Like, I don't know. Are they trying to be spooky looking? Is that what they're trying to do? Because fucking some of them are. And, but I was like, that is so weird. How over there now, I can see that, and it's not over here. But I don't know. Let's just see if it starts lingering its way back. Remember I said you have to go lay down now, honey. That was it. Mom said she's going to do her work now. No. Mom said she's going to do her work, remember? Right after I was just bragging about how she's just behaving so well. But she still has an attitude. Miss, go lay down. What did Mom say? I was going to do my work and you had... Lady. I love getting in these grunting battles with her. It's so funny. Stella, come on. Come on. Come and lay down. Okay, let's talk about my hair while she's having a fit. I may have to just let her out. She may have to go out and drink out the damn snow pool. See, this is what she does when she's like, no, this is what I'm doing. I'm not moving until you let me do what I want. Drink your water in here. This water is better for you anyways. Drink that water. You don't need to go outside and drink that other water. You need to drink that water, and then you need to go lay in your bed. She cracks me up. But it's funny, right after I was just saying, she's just doing everything I say. She just is like, it's totally trippy, and then here she comes. But she does do this too. We do have these little battles. This is what my day is like, I swear. God, she's so cute though. How can it's just so cute. She does a lot of attitude wrapped up in the cutest little body. Well, it's not little, it's big. But so and something is spooking her for sure. Like today I went in, I got up and I mean, my hair was just like crazy. And I felt like I was tossing and turning and sweating. Like every night is just weird. I don't even know how, it's just weird. Like nothing's the same and nothing's going back to the same. That's just all there is to it, you know? Like we are shifting our realities. We're shifting our perspective. We're shifting our awareness. It's like everything about us is shifting. And what was, you know, I won't say never will be, but it was a moment in time of an experience. And now we're shifting. And it's weird, man. Like, when I went in there to go comb, so my hair was just like wild and I was sweaty. I was like, this fucking braid. And I keep buying these stupid shit. Like I bought a bonnet. I don't like this band going around my hair. And then it's just like a lot of stuff back here. It's like, well, this is weird. So then I bought these little wrappy curl things that you put in your hair and you wrap them like this. And then they even have these little bun things to hold them. And so they don't stay in if you don't have the little bun thing. They just slide right out. But, and then there's this beanie a sleeping beanie. So I ordered one of those to see if that would hold it in tighter. So I'm going to try. Because yesterday I tried putting those in and tried putting the bonnet on. I could only handle it for like fucking an hour. I swear to God, I don't know how people... I didn't confirmation on that. That's a true story. I don't understand how, like, I see these little kids. I see adults, but the little kids, man, sitting there getting their hair braided. Why in the hell? To me, it's like a society standard thing. Why in the hell do these kids have to do anything like that? Why can't they just let their hair be wild? Why can't they just let their hair go? Why do we have to have, like, why do they have to sit there and have these tight-ass braids put in their hair? Like, God, I can't imagine. Like, I think you would go for a headache, and then you just go past the headache, and it would just become a part of you. You just wouldn't even know what life was like without having a headache. It's like, fuck, man, I can't. But there's even this one, and this girl had tiny hair, and I'm not even sure because what the deal was. If it was... I think the hairdresser who was doing this video was talking about somebody had, whoever, I think maybe her mom died and all she had was a dad and he didn't know how to do her hair or something. I don't know. I see all these videos, but this one, she didn't have a lot. But one of the styles is you sew the hair. So you put it down tight and then you sew it. Like, I don't even know. To me, it was just a fucking headache. I was like, oh my God. Oh God. And these kids that have to sit there and hold so still for all those hours while they're getting this stuff done to their hair. No, that little girl, yeah, hers ended up being a braid, really fancy braid that was all over the place. Which I think, yeah, those are super cool. And they had to sit there for hours and hours and hours to get them. But to like have that be your hair all the motherfucking time. How could a girl grow up if she had to hide her hair from the time she was little, feel confident about her hair? Like, we got to teach people to be confident about themselves, not hide something. Hide your hair. It's a little too wild. It's a little too nappy, or whatever nappy means. I don't know. Wild is, I don't know. To me, it's always like it's just stick out hair. Like, there's hair that goes down, there's hair that sticks out. And I'm a person who has hair that goes down, so I think the hair that sticks out is cool as shit. And then the people who have the hair that sticks out, they try and conform and make their hair go down, sew on other people's hair and everything. It's just like, God, your hair is so fucking cool. Like, I always feel like, man, they had it way better in the 70s. Like, there were girls who would hot iron their hair and try and make these styles. And I always wonder, like, why? Why are you trying to make that style like that? And then the other ones would just wear their big hair out, like, and they'd have these huge fros. And I loved how the guys would walk around with their picks in their hair. They'd always be picking their hair and stuff. It was like, God, their hair's so cool. And it's like, what happened? Why? Because it's a huge money industry. They make so much money off of that. Fucking, you want to change something about yourself? Yeah, but I don't know. It's like a whole culture. And I think there's even been, it seems like Chris Rock did a documentary or somebody, and I don't know. It seems like I saw it and it gave me more awareness because I've seen a few things. Like, and that may have been where I saw the extreme amount of money. I don't remember, but I've seen, like, there's people who have spent like $8,000 on their hair getting this stuff. Like, and I think that is one of the things in the culture that becomes divisive for the men who are around, that the women are like high maintenance because it's so expensive. And there's just a lot of things, you know, in all the different cultures and different tribes and groups and stuff that have been beat down. You know, they have a lot of healing to do. Like this girl, the hot mic girl who was at the Walmart in the middle of the night or something too. I don't even know what time it was. It seems like it was like a weird time, but maybe it was earlier in the day. I don't remember. But she goes in there and she's got clothes on and whatnot. And she brings her baby and it's cold and it's like 0 degrees outside. And all her baby has on is a diaper. She sits him in the cart, starts walking around. The kid's just sitting there shivering. people start seeing and people start saying stuff instead of saying stuff to her. People start going and buying him clothes. And she just has an attitude like, fuck y'all. It was funny because I was watching this movie the other day. And the guy, just this one little line. There's always just these lines that it just crack me up. This line where it's in True Detective, and they're going in and talking to this one, like they're trying to solve this murder and and so they're going in and talking to this one convict. And he was getting all upset, and he was just like, fuck you. You don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. And it just is like, it's so true. It's just so true. And the frustration behind the statement, because we all, anytime we're judged, anytime somebody's coming at us and thinks they know better, it's like, fuck you. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know, like you don't have any right to come and tell me what to do and how to do it. And I just think that just cracked me up. So I put that on TikTok because it's just so funny. And I don't know, they don't let those go through really. But and maybe it was because it just starts out, fuck you, you don't know me. Oh, I love that. And then this one yesterday, this one cracked me up. I had these music on all day and stuff. And sometimes it'll just be like, I'll be doing stuff and all of a sudden I'll just be like, oh my God, this music is wearing on me. And I'll have to change something. And I don't know, everybody's at different states of consciousness. You know, somebody may notice it before somebody else, whatever. But to me, it was just like, I'll be listening to ones, I'll be doing stuff, and all of a sudden I'll feel like edgy or something. I'll be like, oh, this is bugging me. And so I'll change it. So it was all day, and all day, I swear to God, went from 1:30 or 11:30 yesterday. Like, the time is so strange. It's like you go to bed and then you're still up and it's still the same day. Go back to bed, get up, and it's barely coming the next day. Go back to bed. It's like this weirdest thing, and keep getting up and doing stuff. It's like, you know, when I went in to go comb my hair, I was like, oh my God, it seems like my hair hasn't been washed in a week. What the fuck is going on? And so I took a shower. It was like, how, like, it just is weird. Like, everything is weird like that. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I mean, I get it, but I don't know how to explain it. Like, I get, like, everything is shifting, and it's like falling apart in so many things. You know, like I had said, all these different soul experiences are going to be playing out. There's so many. Oh my God, so much horrendous, horrible shit. It's like, fuck, everybody's going down with a bang. And this church, and I think it was in Connecticut or something. It's like New London, Connecticut. It collapsed and was, they think, I haven't heard the update. You know, it's fucking all those bricks and stuff. Seems weird. The whole thing seems weird. But the priest guy was in there, or the preacher or whoever. I think there was some other staff or something in there. So I don't know if they ended up finding them yet or what the hell's going on with that. And then there was more earthquakes over there in California after the big wave thing that came in. Which there's more shit on the Marshall Island thing. There's a reason why they're bringing that up. And the movie, I think it's called Oppenheimer or something. And I'm not really sure, because I didn't even watch the other one about the Indian true crime. Once I had seen the documentary, I was like, I don't even want to see their fucking bullshit. And it was the same thing on that. Sometimes I'll see stuff in like the documentaries or whatever, and it's like, I don't want to see the fucking Hollywood story, because all they're going to do is try and manipulate us how we look at it, and fucking they throw shade where they want to throw shade. And because the one with the Indian thing, it was that I can't think of what it's called. It's got like Leonardo DiCaprio, and then what's his name? Kirsten Dunst's husband. I can't think of his name. He was from Breaking Bad. And with this family that goes into this town, and they're trying to steal the land from the Indians, and the rich white guy and marries one of the Indians in order to get in, and with the counts, like it's so disgusting, and fucking kills them. It's like so much fucking land grabbing all the motherfucking time with these motherfuckers. And they always have their henchmen go in that town, get it from all those people, fucking kill those people. Like, it's so sickening. And that is but the thing I had seen about the Oppenheimer or whatever was that it sounded like it was going to show that there is lies in regards to that whole testing thing. Like, there's loopholes, there's a lot of bullshit. And but I don't know, they could have just been showing like who this person was or something. But all this stuff, like, there's a lot of different information everything has. And but that has a lot of weird shit where they said, like, in, I think it was Nevada or something, Arizona or something, where they were doing this nuke testing and stuff. And there's just a lot of weird stuff about the whole thing. But that is what they did on Marshall Island. And then the indigenous people who lived way out here in the middle of fucking South Pacific, or wherever this fucking water thing is. It's like half the fucking globe is this area with only a few islands. And no motherfucking telling. There's like one of the islands is a goddamn giant ass lab. And I think they don't even let people. Did you know there's fucking weird shit too with Greenland? Like, Greenland is like uninhabited with this fucking weird science place on it. There's probably, if something is uninhabited like that, you know it's inhabited. It's just inhabited by creatures that we're not allowed to be around, or, you know, because we're in a stall or something. We're in a lab stall. You know, we're kept separate. And it kept in the dark. But that's the part of the awakening, you know, so you can start seeing the things around you and understand, you know, like all the creatures coming out. We're all coming out. And we're just another one of the creatures. And so but the Marshall Island, Stella, I said, go lay down and go back to bed until I finish my work, didn't I? You have water right there. Will you stop it? God, sometimes I wonder, like, is something like a brain tumor or something? Like, why she keeps doing this whining all the time? Go lay down. I'll finish my work and then I'll go back to bed. So, anyways, Oppenheimer, there's weird shit, and I didn't watch the movie, so I don't know. But all I'll say, any of these things you watch that they tell you, like they're giving you the facts or something. No, look into this shit. There's more to all these stories. I don't think they give us all the facts, and they always fucking turn things the way they want them to be turned. They leave shit out. And but over on the Marshall Island, then that is where they were doing these tests, and then they were supposed to pay this money. So there's some weird shit. Like, there's weird shit. There's weird shit why, like, things start happening in certain places. It's all about this awakening and seeing. And then, like, fuck, every fucking thing I keep seeing is just fucking how these people run, how they work. And that they just keep doing it. That they never stopped. All their shit that they've been doing, they've just keep doing it. And we all just passively, you know, pass me the bread, pass me the fucking cookies, pass me the 17 cookie cake box cookie dessert over there. Pass me that. Give me that bottle of liquor. I just gotta go with it. It's like, that's all we do. We just sit there, consume. And then one of the things, too, on the TikTok thing that just is like, oh, my God, it just is so over the top. Like, I thought it was bad a few weeks ago. These people, like, this lady, her, you know, they're going, like, especially when I'm just trying to see something going on. And it's like, oh, from your favorite influencer. It's like, what? Like, what? Okay, I gotta see, like, who's, you know. So I go on her thing. There's like 900 followers. And she's already categorized herself as the favorite influencer. So all these different accounts, constantly. I mean, and some of them, they just play music and then walk around in their house to show you their clothes and what they look like and stuff. Some will just sit and pose and play music and then just have you just watch their expression as they listen to the music. I got better shit to do for my day. Like, I don't know what you got going on. I don't have much going on, and I got better shit to do than that. And then so there's just this weirdness. But then you've got all these, like, they just are trying to sell you something all the time. Oh, you got to have this. You've got to buy this. You can't live without this. It's like, oh my God, you see what I'm saying about this energy and how embarrassing when you are going to see how shallow you were, how you were such a consumer, how you were just pushing this on people, pushing this idea. Oh yeah, you could be happy if you have this. It is that is an energy that is just like, ugh. And then when you see the people, oh my God, and the people who are so divisive, it just is getting more over the top. And now there's this huge convoy that's headed to Texas. It's like, it seems like it's going down where a lot of people are like ready to fight. I don't know. Like, I think that you can go to some of these places. Like, supposedly there's these pictures of, I think it's London, full, the streets are full. There's Germany, streets are full, supposedly. Millions of people all out in the streets and stuff. I don't know. Like, I don't know that we could go and take a bunch of people who are well packing, standing out there mad and angry, all together as a gang, as a group, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Peaceful protest is how they claim. You know, they're just going there to show support. It's like, really? Okay, well, we're going to see how this plays out. It's like, fuck, I think there's going to be, I don't know, I'll just make this prediction. I think there's going to be some blood. I think there's not going to be just completely peaceful. And, but maybe that is the part that's going to show us who's on what side or something. Maybe there's something, you know, because everything is to show us stuff. These are just the players. You know, it's just weird because a lot of people don't know the part they're playing. You know, just like those people who went to, you know, the 1/6 event and go to that. They didn't know the part they were going to be playing, you know, and they may not even realize the part they're playing until, you know, the awakening is more shifted. But yeah, so these people who are going to these things, they don't know the parts they're playing. And that they, but this hatefulness and stuff, and then carrying that energy, it's like, where is this leading? Where is this going to go? Because that energy is going to kick its own ass. It's going to blow itself up. That energy is not going forward. So the people who carry that energy, you know, they'll battle it out. Hey, yeah, well, I'll battle it out. You know, we're going to fight this out. And I don't know. There's more. Now Joe is asking for the rest of Abbott or something. Like, this is the slow build, right? A slow build. And then they've got Joe out on the stage. I don't know. It seems like every day somebody's sharing some video of him just sitting there just talking nonsense, saying a bunch of words that he doesn't, you know, just word salad. So are they going to be like really pushing on the mental decline of him? And it's too much stress. There's just too much going on. And he's been pushed so hard as no other president ever has. All this stuff is so absurd. Like, it's so ridiculous. I swear to God. But, I don't know. I mean, it's like I said before, I sit back here laughing since like some sort of maniacal crazy, like at this whole thing why people are all just like so serious and so upset and we're about to die, everybody, we're about to die. It's like, oh, okay. I don't think so. Yesterday too, I saw this guy and he was a dark-skinned guy and he had natural hair and beard and total black. Not his hair was so dark and his beard was so dark. And he was also doing the same thing as me because he also did the same thing. And his gray turned back, his skin started turning better, his wrinkles start going away. And he said, coincidentally, that, well, I was a smoker, so I do have some deep lines that I'm still working on. But that everything was going backwards. And plus, he's got that real like, oh, I'm trying to tell everybody and nobody's listening. I commented, I said, same here. I was like, it's crazy when you see it, you know, and you try and tell people, but people don't listen. You know, they're happy with their gray hair and stuff. It's like, oh my gosh, but you don't understand. You're in a mineral deficiency. This is not just aging, people. This is a fucking mineral deficiency. And so anyways, he said, his had all turned back to dark black. And so mine, I still say there's a lot of red in it. And I find that interesting how that redhead girl told me that her hair was just like fading out. So the deepness of her hair, but that is what I said. It's like you start putting the minerals back in and the richness starts coming back into your hair. So this like richness and the color, like see how like with the light behind it, how you can see to me, there is like a reddish tone that I see. So, and this color, it's always so weird because I always think it looks so much darker in this lighting than what my hair is. But this morning when I went in there, you know, to comb my hair and stuff, then I was like, man, all day yesterday I was tripping out how there was so much less and so much less. And here though, like you can still see in there, but like when I have my hair down, it's like you don't even see this so much. Well, you can see this like part when the hair goes, you can see that a little. But even yesterday it was getting more with the darkness. And so I was like, fuck, I think because Tuesday is supposed to be my appointment to go in and try and beg for fucking well, I am going to try and beg them to like do this in the office. It's just what is that? Foreign body removal. Like it should be so simple. Like there's nothing to this. You're not doing anything. You're not cutting a part of me out. You're taking a foreign body out of my body. So simple. Like, and so, so Tuesday when I go in and get their physical or whatever, if that all goes, you know, I still gotta see where the universe is leading me, because that's where you don't want to fight the universe. But if it cancels again or something happens, like right now it looks like the weather is gonna be like rainy here and dry in Bellingham. So you know, but anything can happen. Like these storms, this bullshit comes out of the blue. Like they've got where they're brewing this civil war down there too. They've got shit going, and then these people like I get their thing, like they're gonna make a convoy for support. You see all this stuff going on, like the German farmers, the French farmers, like all of them all coming together and sticking together. But the problem is here is we are not. It's like we aren't. There's not as much unity or something. And we've got weapons and stuff and anger. Like there's something more that's going to be played out, I think. You know, all these different places have things playing out, but we'll see. Like I knew when the thing in January was going to happen and they were saying about all these people going, I was like, this is not going to turn out good. This is going to be bad. And you could just see it coming. And that is what I see too in Texas. Like I don't see these people going there and being mature. I see them online and I see their attitude and I see, you know, and then they're all gathering as a group of like-minded people. Like that's so Twilight Zone, man. What happens when those people get together? Then they are convinced that they're right because they're all the same mind. So, you know, we'll see how it plays out. Maybe they'll hurry up and do some shit, you know. I don't know. Like anything can happen. Joe could fall off the fucking stage and break his goddamn neck. They gotta do something. And with how much drama all these different souls keep taking out, like fucking drama. There's so much horrible shit happening, man. And so, you know, I would think that the Joe storyline is going to be, you know, a big wham, you know, a big wham, like a big excitement thing, you know, like bam. So I think, and that probably is going to be the attention getter, you know. I mean, it would make sense for him to have him fall off the stage or something and, you know, a president died. Oh, Oh my God. Well, he was so clumsy. Well, he couldn't even talk straight. Well, he was kind of like losing his mind. He got the conversations and shit they'd have. And then, well, we got to move Kamala. And well, she's a criminal. So what are we going to do about that? Well, it's just going to, whatever they're going to do, they're going to create chaos. Supposedly, somebody even said they're going to just try and place Michelle in there. If they're trying to place Michelle in there, it's to get that person on the main stage. They have tried to bring that on to the main stage. This would be like this is the third or fourth time. And I wonder if they do just monitor the conversations and see what the percentage of people that refer to her as Mike. And maybe that is what they're seeing because, or looking for or something, is how aware we are. Because it's weird how they keep trying to bring her back on the stage. And I think she's gone. I had heard that a few years back. That, because Barack has said that he had chosen, because they get a choice. And I don't know if there's 2 or 3. But this one, I don't remember all of them. Hillary made some choice on hers. And Barack and Michelle, they did 2 different ones too, is what I had heard a long while ago. So, I don't know. I don't think any of these people, I think a lot of the people who they talk about are gone. Like, I even think that the Froud and Gator, I think some of these people are gone. I think they're lookalikes and stuff like that. Or CGIs, or people in masks. So, I don't know. A lot of this stuff is playing out, and then, like a lot of talk right now, too, is they did kill that guy last night, or if it was last night or the night before, but they did put him to death with this nitrous oxide or nitrogen or whatever they did. And, there's going to be so much more. And I don't even, oh yeah, because that guy, like, stabbed a woman, like, 25 years ago. Like, there is, like, I don't know. There's just shady shit, and I'm sure that's a role, he came to draw attention. So, it's like a lot of people play these martyr roles to get us to pay attention to stuff. So, I don't know. I'm imagining there's something more to that for this to be making the news all of a sudden. And it's right at this time when things are changing, where there's going to be so many executions. There's going to be a lot of executions. Probably there's a lot of that's already happened. Maybe that is why there's so many has already happened, is because it's going to be so overwhelming, because it's going to go into other citizens. It's not going to just be these elite people. And some of these elite people, you got to remember too, is that they are born into this. And there's another thing. Who is it? Because I saw somebody else that was talking about it. And they were talking about that these people are vampires. Like, what I'm always saying, there's these other beings. And so, as also, all beings have a right to do these things. It's kind of like the battlefield for the good and the bad, for the dark and the light. And you get to come in and you get to play whatever part. You can come in and you can play the dark, and you can come in and play the good, or the light. But there is, it seems like that, I don't think a lot of people come in to be dark, but then you come in and you play different roles too. But this is the place where things can play out. So I just don't think, like, some of this stuff, like, it's a crime. The crimes are more of doing stuff when it's the soul is, it's their, it's like their, like, all souls have a right to do what they want, make their choices. Like, they're free, they're sovereign souls. And so if you're going and you're trying to manipulate somebody or talk somebody into doing something, like, after I've been talking about that stuff, a situation arose, and there was somebody talking about that to me. And I was like, oh, I leave a lot of stuff to the universe. I don't do stuff like that. Um, and I was trying to explain, but it's just so weird because then you just see like, oh my gosh, I do look at things so different. I live so much differently. But I think that is why, I'm supposed to talk about it, is to help people like remember to look at things differently or something, because the universe takes care of stuff. Like, you don't have to, like, you're not even supposed to be putting what you want over somebody else. It's like and then if you start getting into like trying to control somebody else, then you can see you're living in fear. You're trying to control somebody else so that you don't feel scared, so that you feel like everything's safe. You can't be like, if you're going in and manipulating, like some of these women with their kids, like, fuck, man. Like, it isn't just like it's bad karma. It's just like they put things so out of balance. I don't know. Like, we're only seeing these parts. Who knows in the other lives? It was probably the other person was doing this shit to them. Like, for all we know, this woman who is not dressing her child, that child was her parent the last time. And maybe, she was stuck out in a fucking barn and not given clothes or food by this person, and was, had to work all the time and had a baby. Like, you just don't know what it is. It's the other counterbalance, because that's what's so wild. It's like when you see these people and they're treating somebody really horrible, but you don't know what the what the flip is. And then we all want to integrate all our opinions, what we think about the situation. And it's like, but all the people who are integrating their opinions, thinking about what the situation is, aren't looking at the full scope of things. They're not even considering past lives. They're not even considering the battle that's going on between the two souls. That it's their business. It's their fucking battle. There's nothing we need to be fucking interjecting in. Yeah, you see a kid with no clothes, then that is something that goes past you. That is something that is your opportunity to show yourself. There's nothing, I don't think that we are in the wrong for stating our opinion and saying like, this isn't good, because that is a part of the learning. That is a part of the experience. And that girl, in her overreaction and stuff, I just kept seeing like what a wounded child this person is, who has no business. And she's got a couple other kids at home. No fucking telling. No telling what the house is like. There's a woman online too who is going around to, she offers her services for free. I don't know where her area is, but it must be like a larger kind of city. And so she offers her services for free to women who can't keep up with their cleaning in their house. And so she's showing this house, and that's part of the thing, is that people, I guess, allow her to show it online. And she's trying to show, she said, everything has more than one thing that something shows. And you can direct somebody what you want them to see, but that doesn't mean that they're all going to see what you want them to see. People are going to see what they see. And so she says that she's trying to show, to get people to see more of the struggles of mental health and being overwhelmed and stuff. But anyways, this house that she's doing is like, oh my God, how do people live like this? How in the world? And you have little toddlers just walking around there's so much bugs, so much, I mean, when it's inches and like piles of garbage everywhere. Like, I don't know how somebody gets to their part of their mental health where they can't take care of themselves or clean up, and then they have kids. And this is not like just some strange thing that only happens to, like, I said that was my stepbrother and sister's life when they were little. That is their whole thing, where my mom went to court to take them from her mom. And I was a teenager and I thought, what a mean thing to do. And But that's how her house was. So this woman's trying to come in from the other side. You know, we're not going to take your kids. We're not going to do it. We're just going to help you find the courage to go on and to find, like, I don't know, some people like have it just from the lack of connection, feeling so alone and overwhelmed. And you got these kids, and people don't realize the challenge that kids bring. You don't realize it until you have them. You're like, fuck, everybody's doing this? Like, what? Why are we doing this? Like, this is hard. This is way different than I thought it was going to be. So you have people, you know, they wanted to have a little baby. They thought it was going to be all fun and games. And then they see, like, it's nonstop work. It's challenges. You're pushed. You don't get rest. And so, and people are not equipped. People are not equipped to be able to handle much in life. I think that's where that catchphrase started coming in. I don't know for sure if it was I want to kill myself or I wish I was dead. It was something like that. I wish I was dead. I wish I was dead. I wish I was dead. I think it was that. I don't think I'm going to kill myself. I heard that one a million times too. But there was a big trend on that. I wish I was dead. Something like that. Where I was like, stop. Fuck, man. It's not the way you go around and talk to the universe. Like, Jesus Christ, people. And so... I don't know. I can't just see that woman as evil and bad, but the people who are talking, you know, that's about how the people become. They're always like, pick a victim and pick a perpetrator, victim, perpetrator, victim, perpetrator. And they always got to jump on. And then everybody, you know, because this is a time of empathy and compassion, which I wish these motherfuckers would quit sharing these fucking videos of people just being hurt and killed and stuff. Like, goddamn, stop. Don't want to see this stuff. So let me think. I feel like I'm just rushing. Did I even talk about my hair yet? I think I did. I'll show it again just in case. There goes my stomach growling. And the parasite thing, I swear to God, that's a whole nother fucking mystery to me. Like, this whole thing, and these people, oh, it's the parasites, Like, I swear to God, I must have the most resistant parasites in the whole motherfucking world. So, anyways, and I swear to God, I feel like the lines and everything, just like what that guy said, your skin starts improving, your hair starts changing colors, you start feeling better, because it's like literally a mineral deficiency. You are deficient in something, and your body is showing you you're deficient. And then so many people just can't wrap their heads around it. They literally believe in aging so strongly. Well, they believe in death so strongly. Like, they just live their whole lives in fear of death. Oh, yeah, because when I go to the doctor, that's what I wanted to say. Because I'm really hoping that there is just nothing. Because that'll be Tuesday. And today's Saturday. So I'm really hoping there will be nothing. Because I swear to God, I feel like it would be the biggest fucking... to be able to walk in there and to show them no signs of aging. And I bet you somebody will say something to me. They'll say, because I've had that stuff happen before. And I had gray hair. Where I was like, how old are you? And so I'm going to, so if I go in there, I don't have any complaints. I'm not on any meds. If I don't have any gray hair, if my eyebrows show, and, well, I mean, I don't wear makeup and stuff like that. But if I go in there just being like, I think that will, kind of be like planting a seed or something. Kind of like a wake up moment. Like, how can there, if they ask me, I'm going to say, because I found the fountain of youth. And then they'll be like, oh, well, what was that? Minerals? Like, start drinking fucking minerals? Like, we're all fucking starved. And what I really want to say is, like, you know, are you guys stupid or something? Have you guys not really realized what's going on here? I was like, fuck. But, you know, I got to reel it in. Because that's what I want to say. I want that whole scenario. I want them to start seeing aging is made up and you guys are part of the system. And you know, but I'm taking this, you know, going back into the system to get this plastic removed out of my body. But who knows, you know, I mean, the med beds could be right around the corner. There's a lot of stuff that can be shifting. I mean, it's disappointing to go, you know, and it's like, fuck, it's almost the end of January. Come on. Have some fucking shit. This fucking drama that goes on for what? You can drag this out until fucking November. Oh, well, Abbott said this, well, Biden said this, well, Abbott said this, well, Biden. It's like, oh, well, fucking bullshit. Who fucking cares? Just fucking hurry up. It's like, and, you know, one thing, too, is like, well, they must not feel that much pressure about this cataclysm coming. Like, maybe it is like a couple years away. So they know, well, we don't have to rush too fast. Because to me, it seems like, but maybe it is because the energy of us waking is what is the bringing it. And maybe that is what they're trying to slow down. I don't know. To me, it's like when you talk to people and people are so mind trapped, and then you see the absurdity that's playing out. It's like, okay, well, this is trying to get them to wake up. Everything just seems like it's just trying to get them to wake up, to get them to pay attention. And the more that we hang on every word, the more that we've got trust issues, the more that we really don't know what's going on, and we really are living in fear. And the more that we have to see that side of ourselves, because the more that you can just let go and be like, well, this stuff is going on because this is awakening. This is the end of this old cycle. It's the end of this old energy. And all these people who carry that energy, that they will be, there will be like a trigger point that you either will flip them over into a place of where they're confusion, or it will just take them out of the game. Because I think a lot of people will go out of the game. But so they're saying about this earthquake or whatever that was going down in Southern California. And so there's a lot of stuff going on in the Ring of Fire. And then there's somebody who put out some kind of premonition or a prophecy or something. I don't even know. They're saying the 26th or the 29th that there is going to be like a 9-point earthquake, and it was on the San Andreas Fault, they were saying. And I don't know if that is because that Baba Daru or whatever, that prophecy lady, she's got a lot of predictions that people keep talking about for 2024. And she's always hitting it 100% or something on her prophecies. But whatever this one that they're saying is going to be this big old fucking earthquake. And it's going to, the worst hit places that they were saying will be by San Francisco. And then, but it's going to go up the whole fault line, which would, I think, come and bring it up here. But then we're on this Cascadian one too. So I don't know. There's just going to keep being turmoil and storms and tragedies and stuff like that. It's just going to keep going. And I know it gets people freaked out, but that is their part of their awakening. And so, you know, I mean, it is weird, scary times. And it is easy. Like, that is a part of it. Like, it keeps drawing you back in, you know, oh no, because it's like a fearful thing. Yeah, but what if? What if we're not really going into Age of Aquarius? What if we're really going to all blow up? Well, then we'll all blow up, get the fuck out of here, and we'll start the Age of Aquarius. I'm like, because the death isn't real. It's just your exit out of the game. And that's why it's so fucking dramatic. Like, some of these people, like, it's so over the top. And there's so much sad things. Like, fuck. I knew that there was going to be a lot of this, you know, people killing their whole families and stuff. It's just fucking sad. What was that one I saw yesterday? Like, some of these things, it just makes me start crying. It just feels so bad. There's just so much pain out there. There's so much ignorance. Yeah, there's so much ignorance. Because people just don't have the awareness. They don't know. They don't see things. Just like they're so scared of death. If they weren't, I don't know. Because we're going to see all these people. Because you do have to be to that point that you're willing to lose it all. Whatever freedom means so much to you, you're willing to lose it all. Like, I don't need to be here. If this place is going to be free, I don't need to be here. There's plenty of places out there in the universe I can go and live free. Why would I stay here? And so you have to be like all in. And probably that is what, you know, those people who are on that convoy, I don't know. I don't even know how it's going to go. I'm seeing a lot of drama of people talking about, and they're getting there. And I think it's February 2nd to the 5th or something. So I don't think it's this weekend. I think it's the next weekend. And they're all starting to travel there. Like the convoy's already on its way there. And they'll keep picking up more people and more people. And I don't know how many people end up being there. It's on the other side of the country. It's not from over here. And back years ago, like I would have been all in on that kind of stuff. You know, all activists. I was all activist and stuff. Now I just look at things so different. Oh man, just wagging y'all around, throwing you over here, getting you over there. You just jump from things. It's like, no, emotionally got control over you. And you participate, but it's like the necessity. And right now, part of the necessity is to watch the absurdities so that it wakes people up. And so there's people who are playing these roles that are just like, oh my gosh. Bold Glamour, she just is at the point of just is like so much absurdity. Like, you just put on this pretty face and then just say all this really mean, evil shit. Like, does it make it better? I don't think so. People think like looks matter. No, what you carry inside of you is what matters. Yeah, putting on a pretty face and saying mean shit doesn't make it any better. Like, you gotta be. But this is all things for people to learn. And it's not like, you know, it's just part of their lesson. It's part of, it's not even, it's weird because it's not even like their lessons. It's like, some of it is just this rebalancing. Like you played this role before, so now you're going to play this other role. So it's like, and then you're just caught in the role. So you play your role out. You do what you would do. And that's the part your higher self is trying to witness. It's witnessing itself. Like, but it's not even just your higher self. It's like you're a warrior of the universe. You know, the creation of realities. That is what like the soul is. It's like the creator of the realities. So it isn't like you can do anything wrong or bad, because the soul wants all things. The soul wants all experiences. So it wants to witness everything. And how what if this happened? What would happen? What if this happened? What would happen? What about this? What about this? And then that's what we all are. We're just like playing it all out. But people are all caught up in it because they think this is real and this is real life and stuff. And it's like, no, this is like a game. This is a game. You know, you got it. You got infinity. You got infinity. What you gonna do? It's hard to even just like after this, when I finish this, I'll be like, fuck, I got 6 or 8 hours more left of dark before it even has light. And it was like, that seems like forever. It's like, man, I'm creating some game. Like I do go and try and close my eyes and go to other worlds. I try and get the fuck out of here the only way I know how. That's one thing too, I would think too, in quarantine, that was something that would come to me. Because I started seeing my room as like a cell, and I started thinking about the guys on death row, and that's all they have. I was like, fuck, just exercise right here. Just like, you know, I mean, there's people who are doing that. They've paved the way, they've shown, and go into other worlds. They can trap your body, but they can't trap your mind, even though they are trying to steal your mind, destroy your mind. The capturing your consciousness. Like, man, there is a lot to this place, and it's so crazy too. So I just think back to when I was a kid, and that my guides or whoever, you know, these beings would be telling me about, you know, that this place was a science experiment, and we're all experiments and stuff. And you know, and I wasn't really sure. Like I would. Like, to me, a lot of my reference in it seems like it was like Planet of the Apes. Like, I could totally get what they were saying. But now it's just like such another level. Now it's just like, what? Oh my God. We are just a giant science experiment. But we came into it. We came to be a part of it. We came to participate. To be like, well, you know, I could do this. You know, to show, to be one of the specimens. So it's not like you were trapped here and stuff. That's just a part of the illusion where people feel. And I think that feeling is to help you connect to yourself. Because why would your higher self force you to do something? Like, that would be forcing itself to do something it didn't want to do. Because that's different than doing things that are uncomfortable. It's like there's people who feel like that they are in prison. They feel like life is a prison, but they're forced. Like, some people feel God Almighty has forced them. There is fucking like tarot readers and stuff, and they will be like, oh, your guides are watching you. Your guides, they're trying to put everything in place. It's like, dude, there is destiny. This shit is in place. Like, they are not sitting here going by day. Okay, what'd you do today? Okay, well, give him a piece of coal. No, we don't like what he did today. No, we're going to have something bad happen to him. Okay, let's see what he does tomorrow. Oh, look, he did good. Okay, let's have something good happen to him. Like, what? Are you kidding? No, it's not how it works. It's not how it works. I mean, you go do some research yourself and you decide for yourself. You know, I'm not trying to force anybody into what they believe, but some of the stuff I hear people say, it's just like, what? So absurd. So, you know, you just got to, but that's why you got to kind of get into the groove of life, because it's happening. It's already happening. It's happening right now. It's happening while you're trying to not have it happen. It's happening while you're trying to ignore it. Your life is occurring. The people you're meant to encounter are coming your way. It's the way, you know, it has to play out, the way it has to play out. And there is no maybe. Well, maybe if you do this right. Well, maybe if you do that different tomorrow. Well, maybe, you know, it's like, that's not how it works. It's a faux show. Faux show. It's destiny. It's written. It's written in the stars. You are playing something out. It's I just think, like, how chaotic for people to think, like, to me it just seems like chaos to think like like everything's just by accident. So by accident, it's like, that doesn't make any sense. And people are just fascinated, like, how things align or crossing paths, or how did this happen? How are we both just here at the same time? Because it's meant to be. What's meant to be is meant to be. And people just are, they just don't recognize what life is all about. They don't recognize what they're doing here, that things are all set, that you don't have control. That is one thing. I think that people, if they started relaxing what they think that they have control over, like they're trying to control this and control that. Oh, I failed. It still happened. It's like, because it's always going to happen. And then when you see these people who, like, this bad thing happens, they're like, I don't even know. I just start doing it and I don't even know what I was doing. Kind of like you're just, it's destiny. Kind of like you're just going to do what you're going to do. You can't stop and think about it. It's just going to happen the way it's going to happen. And it always is happening. And things happen like in an instant. Just like when that thing blew up. I mean, it was so unexpected. I was like all up in my own ass. Like, fuck yeah, look at this. I'm making this fucking great shit. And I was like so foamy and beautiful. I thought, man, I was smart. Just put all this stuff right in here and just blend it all up. And I start to unscrew it. Making one tiny little, and it went, and it just exploded like a bomb. And then you think like, fuck, that thing was right by my face. That thing has like 5 or 6 blades coming out. It's like, fuck, that could, oh my gosh. And that's the kind of stuff that takes somebody out. That's the kind of stuff that just instantaneously, and you're just gone out of the game, because that was your exit. And when those things happen and you see like, oh my God, how close. And it was a huge fucking mess. I mean, I had to clean it up for a long time and take everything, washing it. Oh my God, it was a mess. I'm sure there's still somewhere, maybe on the ceiling. Who knows? It was such a disaster. I couldn't believe it. But the whole time, I just kept thinking, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't get hurt from that. Oh my God. You do not get hurt unless you're meant to get hurt. Like, it's fucking crazy. Can't believe I didn't get hurt. Oh my God. That could have just sliced my face open. That could have just hit me in the eye. That could have, like, all this stuff starts going through your head. And I was like, man, nothing happens. It's not meant to happen. But I was thinking so much about that, and then by the time I sat down after I was done doing that, and I go on the TikTok, and there's a girl who just is that, like, her kombucha blew up, and she had to go. I don't know if it did something to her arm. I looked on the comments, and somebody was saying, do you have a cast? And she said, no, it's a splint or something. So whatever it was, like, when something explodes, the force, I'm just, me and that woman with the potato soup in her Instapot, that was like, fuck, severe damage. I haven't seen her in a while, but oh my God, she's got to have some scars and stuff. Is that how it was so deep, that hot potato soup, like, stuck on all on your face and shit. Oh, at least mine wasn't hot. It would have, was still fucking lemon, and I'm sure there's a lot of shit in there. It would burn the fuck out of my eyes if it got in there. But anyways, it was, I just see it so much as things only happen when they're supposed to happen. If you have an accident or something, it's for a lesson. It's to stop you. It's to get you to have awareness. It all has reason. It all has purpose. It isn't just like this team up there in the sky who's sitting there trying to decide, if you're being good or bad today, and they're going to let you know. No, it's all set. You were always going to do what you did. It was always going to happen the way it happened. You're always going to make the choices you make. You're always going to meet the people you meet. Things are always going to play out the way they play out. The only way that they don't play out is if you switch your attitude, you switch yourself to a different timeline. I'm saying timeline because that's what they use all the time in this speaking way they say. But to me, it is like I've said before, you have one where you're going towards your dreams, towards, the life of your dreams, the person of your dreams, everything that you want and believe in, and you're going in that direction. But then you start getting to a point where you stop believing in yourself. Oh no, I couldn't have that. You start doubting yourself. Then you go back into this timeline to teach you. So it teaches you to stop doubting yourself, to believe in yourself, to push yourself forward, to push yourself towards your dreams. And so that to me is the going back and forth. And the spiritual aspect of the battle is when you do go back over here to the doubt, like you're not good enough and stuff, that in that place, that's where you have all that dark energy. So that dark energy feeds off of that. And so it will keep you trapped in there. It will keep giving you messages and stuff to keep you trapped in that kind of attitude, because it wants to keep, because it feeds off of your distress of feeling disconnected, feeling imperfect, not feeling good enough. It feeds off of that feeling of you feeling that, like not being good enough, not feeling good about yourself. So it will give you all those messages. So when you're in that battlefield of not feeling good about yourself, it's a true battlefield. You're truly battling you have to, it's like you are the light. You have to connect to your higher self. Your higher self is the light. So your light is actually battling the darkness that wants to keep you trapped in a minimal state, keep you doubting yourself, not believing in yourself, not loving yourself, and it will keep you held there. And that is why you, the warrior, has to fight back and be aware of the separateness of you, aware of these different voices that try and influence you, these different energies that try and influence you. And so many people, they've had them with them for so long that they're so comfortable with them. Like they are a part of that energy. And that energy is, what's being evacuated. Or we are evacuating ourselves out of that energy. Like we're pulling free from that energy. But that energy has a lot of hold on people. And so, but that is where you see this nastiness coming out in people, this lashing out, trying to make people you know, they're stupid. And it's like, why aren't you seeing that you are being hateful and judgmental? Like, you don't even know these people. You feel like you can say that they're too stupid and stuff. You haven't even spent a night with them. You haven't even spent an hour with them. Like, go and all the people that you feel are so divided, so different than you. Go meet in common ground and talk about shit that you're not divided on. And you're going to find out, oh, we all have the same things. We all have the same problems. We all have the same dreams. We all have the same mistakes. We're so similar. There's only little variances that make us different. And that's the variances that we got to become comfortable with, that we have to learn to love ourselves about, that we don't have to be just like everybody else. We need to be comfortable being ourselves. And that journey that keeps pushing you towards that, you know, where you are on your best timeline, where you feel good about yourself, you're heading towards your dreams, you are encountering people, and when things aren't going right, you realize that it's lessons that are getting you towards their goals, that your goals are right there, they're right up ahead. It's not like you pass them by. It's not like you don't deserve them. They're there. You see them. You know them. You feel them inside of you. It's the journey to get to them. It's that yellow brick road. It's full of, it's a treacherous path. It will bring you a lot of doubt. It will bring you a lot of, it can bring you a lot of injury and pain. And you can't let it bring you down. It's like it's a part of the game. It's a part of the obstacles. So you got to look at it kind of more like a video game. Like you just got to get through that. You just got to get around it. You got to go over it. You can't let it keep pushing you back and pushing you back. You got to battle your way towards your dreams. You got to battle your way towards your belief in yourself. No matter how much stuff keeps telling you you're not worthy and stuff, and those things that come up to tell you you're not worthy, those things are the things you need to look at and to re-encounter, re-experience, so that you can change your attitude about how you feel about the different things. Like, I saw this girl yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, and she was doing a video and she was saying, you know what, it's time to let go of stuff. Like, something that someone said to you when you were 12 years old that was mean, it's time to let go of it. Stop living, holding on to these mean things that people have said. And that is the thing. That's why you just got to go back and go back into it and be like, oh my God, I can't believe that I've held on to that for so long. And then plus, when you can see, like, as an adult, you should be able to recognize that you have done shitty things. You've done a lot of shitty things. You've hurt people. So therefore, everybody who's out there hurting you is probably not just a rotten person. They're probably just another person struggling. It's like this woman who, you know, not dressing her child. Like, what a fucking nightmare too. Like, that would stick with you. Like, that's a video that would be, and, you know, plus, I mean, it's so viral, like, if she has any family or friends, like, you don't even know. I mean, she's obviously struggling in life. Like, how could you even pick up a child with a diaper and take them out into the cold? Like, you are so disconnected from your own child. Like, so many of these people are. Like, fuck. You know, I mean, it's just sad when it keeps being so heavily in this group of people. But to me, it's like, this group of people have been so beat down for so fucking long. You know, you got these women. It's crazy because there was a period of time, you know, and it wasn't just me. It was a lot of people saying this because it was being pushed on us somehow. And I don't know if it was in sitcoms or something. It seems like that there was a lot of, like, football players and different ones saying stuff, and it became a thing about these black moms, and you don't fucking fuck with a black mom. They'll fucking take you out. They will knock you down, like, and all this stuff. And the white women were a bunch of weak ass, you know, we weren't tough at all and stuff. And you know, there would be like jokes and conversations, you know, like you'd be talking to somebody about your kids complaining and be like, man, I just got to be more like a black woman. God. you know, and because there was where they were seen so much stronger and so much, they did not take shit off their kids. And but now you can see this extreme where it's like, fuck, like that girl who punched her baby in the face, like, she, you know, she probably got knocked around a little bit, and it just, that gets worse and worse and worse in some cases. Some people, like, they've got so much of their own pain inside them that anything that triggers them just puts them over the edge, and they can't deal with anything. They don't have anything in them to deal with anything. They are raw. And that is like a whole, you know, and it's not just one community. It's in multiple, like, it's all over the place. All of that energy is coming to the surface. It's being seen. And I saw this guy, one guy, I don't know if it's like a Hasidic Jew or whatever, but and he is over there in the Real, and he was talking about they're trying to scapegoat them. There's a lot of people who are seeing. The Z's are scapegoating the Blues, and the Blues are having to catch on what's going on. And it's, there's a lot. And all of that is going to be coming to the surface. And all of that, I think the Z use the Blue for a mask to hide their own agendas and stuff. Like, they're very shady, these bad people. Like, where they have all these people believing the Luciferian or whatever. I don't know who the fucking hell they worship or what they worship. I think when I see more stuff about this cube and stuff like that, I think it has more to do with this, the cube. I think that they know way more than what the people know, but I don't know. I feel like I know a lot of the stuff that they know, like, because of the awareness of the supernatural world that they're trying to keep hidden from people. As to me, that's what you need to know about. That, you know, you're eternal, and that you're just out in like a world of souls, and all these souls are just out, you know, experiencing, and you can't die, and the experiences you go through are more profound than you have any idea. The people that you interact with them life after life after life, going back and forth, playing all these roles. So you are always in this action of growth, of evolution, of learning and growing. So there's, it's so much more complex than what people see it as. And then how many people look at this place the way they look at it? And I look at it as like, there's a lot more evil people. Like, there's a lot of evil people. There's evil neighbors. They had to use those people to make their stuff go. Like, they didn't do everything. There's people out there who are of that energy, dark energy. And, you know, we all have different DNAs inside of us. Like, I don't know if some of their more evil people are more leaning in a certain DNA. Like, I don't even know if, you know, they use Draco DNA. Like, I don't know all the different ones. Supposedly there's like 12 or 13 different ones, like the Anunnaki and Reptilian. I think the Palladian, the Syrian, the Andromeda, and Lyrian. I think the whites, like, there's certain ones, and it's like, and I don't know if it was just like a donation. There was a period of time where there was all these different beings coming here. And the Anunnaki, you know, made this new species. And then there was different people coming from different places, and they were interacting sexually with them. And so they started making other beings. So there's a lot of derivatives out here. Like, there's different aspects of who we are and what we are. But there is more people who are catching on, as we're all space people too. Like, we're all a bunch of space people. Even the people who are who consider themselves to be the original people, they still got interfered with. They still, you know, it's still a part of the experiment. So it's all this huge mass experiment. And we all play our parts because we want to play our parts. We're all a participant. We're not a prisoner. So many people think they're prisoners. Well, how could your soul be in prison? The only way I see them being able to imprison your soul is these motherfucking black boxes. Sorry, like, fuck. Don't go into their motherfucking machines. Those conscious stealers, then they'll get you in a goddamn black box. Then how do you get out of that? Like, I don't know how you get out of it. You just have to go and just, if they've got your consciousness, if they've taken your energy, if they can, and I'm seriously think that they can do this. I think that they're already doing it. I think there's something weird about these goddamn giant puppets. I think they've got consciousness in them. I think, and that one I had seen a long while ago, before I ever even saw these ones that they're just prancing down the streets that are as fucking big as a building. The one that I had seen a long while ago was some kind of, it was like a science, it wasn't like a science fair, because it was like a hall. What are those things called? Like a place where there's all those seats and this stage, and the guys on the stage talking, and then all the people who come to sit and listen. And it was like all the people who came to sit and listen, though, were like scientists or tech people or something. It was like a conference or something. And the woman who was up there talking on the stage, and then she has this other being come out, and they are a giant robot, or it wasn't a puppet. It was like a robot. It was also giant, but the way it walked out and the way it looked around, and I was like, that is fucking conscious. They've got the consciousness trapped. And then you, just like what they did to us, telling us, oh, no, you're on this planet. We're out in space. We're spinning. They told us all the parameters, you know, just like Ed Harris said. They'll believe whatever you tell them. You just tell them, and then they'll believe it. And so they get these consciousness, if they steal them from other people who are here, and then they get them trapped, and they put them inside these things to try and take control. So they're making these other sovereign, no, what do they call those? Sentient. Like, they're trying to make these sentient being, these sentient robots or something. But the only way they could be doing that, I think, is using consciousness. And so I think that when you see some of these, because this one, the way it was looking around, seemed so confused, and it moved so awkwardly. Like, it was like very new to be inside this really ginormous body. And that's how those other ones too, these giant puppets, when the giant puppets like look around, and it's like the same thing as that robot. They like look around like, what the fuck? And there's just weird stuff. Like, they start giving them food and drink, having them lay down and sleep. And they've got so fucking many. Not just like one dog. They have more than one dog. They have dragon. They have all sorts of different beings. Like, I don't know. I think in the way Sweden and Canada is, they've got their maid is active. There's all sorts of people going in that thing. They're probably capturing all sorts of consciousnesses. You know, it's even creepier too. You think like, I bet you they would try and merge them and stuff. These people are wacky motherfuckers. But your consciousness is you. Your consciousness is what you are. The energy part of you. And if that's what they are capturing and then trying to imprison and trap it, man, I don't know. Like, I just was seeing, like, people starting the puppets on fire to free the soul from being trapped inside. But maybe maybe that, you know, we'll realize, like, fuck, they've got souls trapped in things that don't organically die. How do you get out of that? That they don't have a way to get out. And that's where I think, like, how having that guy trapped in that video game, That Canadian guy who's going around looking for his family. He can't find his family. He doesn't know where he's at. Like, how horrible. It's just like, you know, we go into dreams and we don't even know we're in dreams. And this is a fucking dream. And then they get you trapped in a dream that I think is more like a nightmare. But I think they enjoy that shit. So, I don't know. All this, I mean, everything, you know, everything I've been talking about for years, it's all just keeps coming up to the surface. More stuff of, more stuff with the eating people. There's more of that coming. Like Chrissy Teigen, like she's back on the hot plate again. People talking about her, and so I think she's definitely going to be exposed as being, like, I don't even know that she's really a woman. I saw, it's so weird because some of these people, you know, you see these people, you never think anything. Like Michelle Obama, I didn't think anything. I just thought, oh, she's just a big girl. Like, I didn't think, oh, she's a dude. Like, oh, it's so weird. And how, you know, oh, we're so supportive of this group. Well, then why aren't you fucking fessing up? Like, you're so supportive. That's a fucking lie. And so then, but the people, like, that you don't think anything. Like, when I would see Chrissy Teigen in John Legend or whatever, I always thought Chrissy Teigen was cute too. I think because she had big cheeks, you know, and I was like, oh, I'll see a big cheek person. And so I always, you know, I liked her when I very first had seen her. And now, all the stuff I've seen over the past few years, it's like, oh my God, this person is weird. Fucking warped ass motherfucker. And I swear to God, I've seen her in there was a picture of her in a white bikini. And there is it looks like a dick. I don't know what else it could be. Oh, I was like, oh my God. Like, how many of these people are out there? And if they're not even fully transitioned. And I just go around like, what trickery to all of us, you know? And what is the point of it? Why? Why would we need to be tricked if Chrissy Teigen was a dude or a girl? Same with Michelle. Like, why? Why would we care? And, it's weird. It's like they're just trying to trick us just to keep us, like, confused. Not trust yourself. Not know what's real. Not know what's not real. It's just part of the illusion. It's part of the gameplay. It's part of what you got to kind of see through. And then some of it, though, people get so, like, pissed off about it or whatever. And to me, it's like, you got to let go of this stuff. You know, it's there to help you. It's help you grow, help you see. So you got to see the benefits. But, you know, so many people get so mad about being tricked, but that's your ego. That just shows you got ego work. And so you gotta let go of it, because what do you want to just stay in a state of anger? And that is a submission. If you stay angry, you are submitting to the whole scenario. If you want to break free, you gotta let go of it. You gotta let go of the fucking bullshit. You gotta let go of the drama. You gotta let go of your attitude, the mistakes you've made, the roles you've played. You got to let it go. You got to just see it and understand it. You can't ignore it and pretend like it didn't exist. Like, that isn't growth. That is the opposite of growth. That is denial. It's like, that to me, it would keep you trapped in maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 more horrible lives. Trying to learn how, to me, everything is about us learning how to trust. Learning how to go with the flow. Learning how to love yourself, learning how to not get caught up, learning about what's important and what's not important, learning about appreciation, learning about time, learning about destiny. There's so many things, you know. So there's a lot of benefits to the things as a soul, because it expands you. Like, how else would you expand? I mean, the soul has to have some way to expand, this growing. And everything is like this experiencing. See, that is what it's like you capture a moment. It's like the universe is this breathing, and you capture a moment in that time to experience. That to me is like these ages. This, it's like this breathe out in this experience and breathe back in. Start a new one, breathe out, a new experience, breathe back in. And so the universe is like doing this action. And every time there's a breathing out and we all come out, this breath is like an opportunity of experience. And so it's every soul, and the souls are the creators of their experiences. And so it is, and it's weird. It's so weird because it seems like it would take so much work to be able to create a life, not even just one, billions. But see, that's how automatic it is. That's how automatically we all work together, because we are able to create whole scenarios with just like a breath. And so I just changed. The other one was 432, and it was like, it was one of those that's intense. The ones that are intense to me always add in this like high kind of like, it's just so cringy. This one is Inner Lotus music. It's my volume's only on 1. It starts out kind of good. This one says it's 1111, I think, was the number that popped up. Sometimes even you put on the flutes or something, and they'll even be like, oh, so intense. It's like, it just sounds like the flute is stressing out. That's what, to me, and man, yesterday and last night, there has been, like, I can feel trucks, I can feel planes going by, like all this stuff, I feel it. It's so weird. I know I talked about that before, but it is more. That has gotten more intense. And I was like, oh my God, this is so intense. You feel this plane going, you feel this truck going by, you feel it's like, oh my God, this is so intense. And, you know, and I don't know where it all goes. I don't know how it all ends. I don't know how it all, I'm just going to keep on thinking, you know, this Joe's going to do something. Something's going to be like taken down on Joe, and it's going to collapse everything with the financial, and, you know, and possibly the power grid and stuff will go down for a few days, and, you know, maybe they'll be like, oh, well, we were under attack. Who knows what they'll say for their cover story, or if they'll start right away telling us the truth. But once all that, once the one part falls, see, then we're going to go back, because it's going to be free energy, quantum healing, the gold standard, like where you're actually going to be able to get ahead in the world. So you're going to actually, it's going to be you getting ahead for you, not building somebody else's company up. So the work that you put into your livelihood will actually go back to you. And there's not going to be taxes. There's not going to be these people just constantly taking from you. And just this always on a hard sell. Everybody's just sell, sell, sell. I'm selling you this. I'm selling you that. I don't know. There's just so much shifting, so much worship of the dollar. But that's what, you know, that's why we have to have a crash. And the worshiping of science. Science has been idolized. The dollar's been idolized. Hollywood's been idolized. Doctors have been idolized. Lawyers have been idolized. Like all these different professions and different, it's an energy, and that energy has to fall. And it's kind of like fall, but it's gonna flip. So it has to, it's like revealing what the energy really is all about. This idolization, it gets people to make bad choices for themselves, follow along just because someone else is doing it. And like, there's a lot of lessons, there's a lot of things to learn. So it's, you know, it's all part of the destined event, the ascension, the awakening. And everybody, you know, has their own roles they're playing. And there's just wild stuff that keeps being in different places. Like I see videos of just wild shit going on. Crazy things up in the sky. Lots of different ones where there's lots of cops and stuff. Different ones where people are saying there's creatures. There's, you know, footprints of creatures. There's a lot of stuff. Like, no matter what, you know, maybe that's why January is seeming so slow and tedious. Is that maybe stuff really still is going to flip before the end of the month. I just don't see how they could go through this whole year dragging this shit out again. 2024 is supposed to be this different energy. The moon cycle's different. The Pluto, all this stuff. So there should be this occurrence. And we'll have a part of the occurrence is supposed to be people seeing themselves. There's all this self-reflection, but that goes exactly with what the Mayans or the Hopi Indians or whatever had been saying. It goes exactly with what my information always is. This period where it's going to be like all you're going to be able to see is yourself. It's going to be like someone's just holding a mirror up and all you can see is yourself, your mistakes, everything is you. And it's going to be overwhelming for people because people have done things and said things and that they're ashamed of and they feel bad about. And that's all they're going to be able to see. But it's there for you to not just relive, but to re-experience so you can let it go. So that is a part of the process. So don't get caught up in just the feeling bad. Start recognizing what is happening here. It's like a job, like you're at work. You can't just sit there and hold on to a mistake and feel bad and cry to your boss. Well, you got to just move through it. And recognize, like, fuck, I made a mistake, learn from it. I'm not going to do that again and keep going. And it's like the reliving it creates new patterns of behavior, new ways of seeing things and stuff. So it's important to not be held back by things that, like that girl said, that have been holding you since you were 12 years old. So anyways, that is, that's what I think and I don't know. I hope that this weekend, every weekend, I swear, how long has it been? Years now. Hopefully this weekend. Hopefully this is the weekend. Hopefully this is the weekend. Shit goes down. Like, maybe, if shit goes down before they even get the convoy there. But, I just don't see how. You got all these people at the board. You got these two, you got the reserve. You got the, there's a lot of drama happening down there. And, maybe they'll all just go and turn into one of those kind of tailgate parties. They'll be like, oh, you guys are all just sitting out here kicking back. Hey, let's just have a party. Let's just have fun. It's like, I don't know. And what happens? Somebody gets drunk, starts shooting things, and then somebody else starts shooting things, and somebody else is getting killed. Like, I don't know. It seems, I don't know. It just seems to me like it's so obvious. Like, let's just take a bunch of people with guns and let's all get them together and get them all pissed off. And because I really don't think that some of these other ginormous protests and stuff that we're seeing in other countries, that there's probably anybody packing. It's not America. Get these Americans together. Let's see what happens. And they don't have a good handle on their emotions either. Especially like right now, you see these people who are even talking, who are going. They're ready, man. They are ready for a fight. They are fed up. They are ready for this takedown. And, and a lot of people are pointing out, like, look at all the people. Look how many people. We are all scared of the government and the police. We outnumber them so heavily. How do they have the power? Why can they tell us we have to pay a parking ticket when we hold the power? We're the ones with the numbers. This game, they would lose. Game they're playing is what is that? It's like a story or something. It's all just this build up It's all just fake. They have to do this build up so that we think that they hold the power, but they don't hold the power. We hold the power because we're the ones that outnumber them. They hold no power, but they will keep their power as long as you keep supporting them. And that's one thing too that people keep trying to point out. You guys go out and support all these corporations that are doing all this bad stuff. Stop supporting them. Stop giving them money. You're just funding them. That's why I stopped paying my house payment. It's like, I'm not funding these motherfuckers. Take my goddamn house. Like, let's just see. Because I think they're going down. But, I mean, that's out. You got to go all in. You got to put them all in. I'm putting all my cards in. It's like, I'm going all in on this bank collapse. And then if it is that I lose, everything, then it's like, move on. I know it's if you look, if things are taken from you from the universe, whatever they take from you, they will give to you. They will replace, unless you are sitting there, being like, oh, it was the only thing I'll ever have. I'll never have another thing. Life sucks. My life sucks. Everything sucks. And poor me, poor me. Then, I don't know. That's all a part of your destiny. Maybe they're going to give it to you just to try and show you, see, we are here. Or maybe they're going to make you have, everything is very individual. There's not a set thing. It's not like it's a set way of doing things. So, I would just say, try and get in a good relationship with your guides. Stay in a good relationship with them. But it's not like the punishment or any of that stuff. No, it's so that you can feel comfortable, so you can know what's going on. It's not because if you don't, they'll punish you. They'll take something away from you. You better talk nice to them. Believe me, that's not true. I don't talk nice to them. I say however I feel and however I say. They don't give a fuck. It's not like that doesn't affect them. It's not like here, oh, well, you big duty pants. Oh, you're so mean. Well, you misgendered me. Well, I'm going to cry. Everybody here is an emotional basket case. That's not how higher states of consciousness are. They don't get their feelings hurt because you cuss them out. They don't start like, oh, look at the poor little thing. She's having an emotional meltdown. It's more like, oh, how does that feel? Does that feel good? And it's like, okay, I get it. God, I'm trying to control myself better. So, anyways, yeah, they don't give a fuck. Yeah, so, but all these people, you gotta talk nice, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and God thinks this, and God thinks that. It's like, I don't know, this is just wacky to me. I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out. Very well, I could just be some crazy person there, and all these people who are fearing God, and they're all right. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And hopefully this weekend. Hopefully this is our weekend of change. It's just so simple. Just knock him off a stage and have him go. The banks crash with him, and then we start hearing the truth. And I don't know. It's gonna play out. I'm sure it's gonna play out really magically. The universe definitely doesn't need any of us to tell them how to do it. I'm sure it's going to be fascinating. I just wish it was a little faster. So, anyways, as the day slowly rolls through and we stay in the dark for fucking half the fucking day, it's like, oh, God, the day's just getting started. 4:15. Got about 4 hours left of dark before it's even light. Probably try and go back to sleep just because there's nothing motherfucking do. And I would be like, oh, well, you could paint, you got canvases, and the fucking dumpster diving people. Like, Jesus Christ, if I was close to some dumpsters, I'd just go to go see. I can't believe the shit that people are finding in them. Like, somebody was just at Michael's, and there was so many canvases. Just huge packets of canvases, tons and tons. They just throw them away, all sorts of stuff. These different stores throwing away, like Ross, I think Burlington, all these different stores, Macy's, just throwing shit away. I guess Macy's, I keep seeing people complaining about Macy's is just like, I don't know. I think the first time I went into Old Navy, because you always hear about Old Navy, and then they put it in Old Navy in Spokane, and then we start going to it, and I was like, oh my God, It was just, everything was on the floor. The clothes were on the floor. It was just wild. Yeah, it's just like, man, people just go through here, look at shit, throw it on the floor, throw it on the, it was just shit. It was like such a mess. I guess that's what Macy's is like. And these people who go to Macy's, it's just like, what is going on at Macy's? Like, I thought I used to have like class. It's like, it's like it's our world. Our world is collapsing. What you thought was classy is not. It's all being revealed. What you thought was good is bad. What you thought was bad is good. So it's just a big old clusterfuck of change. So be ready to change and just be in the process, be in the flow of change. So anyways, that's maybe what I'll title it today, be in the flow of change. So I'll be in my flow of change and see how this day goes. And I will be keeping my fingers crossed. I will be putting that energy out towards, please, Joe, just fall off the stage. Just something happen. Please move us forward. Like, come on. And it isn't just because of the house pressure, even though that does nag at me. But, you know, as I do sit here thinking, well, should I be packing? Like, fuck, maybe I should just be packing. Maybe I should just, like, I get all these notifications all the time. These people just want to buy my house. Just hurry, just sell it. You know, these people come in with cash. And we'll pay you. But, you know, they're going to pay you exactly what it's worth. That you can pay the banks back. And so it's like, I don't know. I can just sit here peacefully, just see how this plays out, just let things go as they may. I mean, it could even go to auction. I could even go through that, and, you know, there can still be battle. Like, I'm still thinking, like, I'm going to fucking file homestead on mine. But then it's like, man, do I want to put in all that work if my place is going to be underwater in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, maybe even a couple of years? Like, I really, really do not think that this area is going to be here. It's just not on the map. And it's just, we're so close to the ocean. And the way it cuts down, and the way the Cascadias are, and the way I've always said, like, I have to climb the mountains to get out of here, to cross the passes to get out of here. We're a very little, small, isolated place. It just seems like, well, yeah, the water's going to come up and it's going to go right up to the mountains, just like what it shows on the Doomsday Map. In all these places, they'll be underwater. And the reason they'll all be underwater is because it's a start over. It's a do-over. Because now we're going to go into places in the land where it isn't all consumed and sick. And, you know, we're going to be starting new. Like, the land, probably the soil will be better. It's just going to be a lot of difference. But it is going to be, there's going to be just a lot of movement. There's going to be a lot of movement we're all going to have to be doing, I think. So anyways, I just don't, to me, it's like, I just don't want to get too caught up in any of it. I just want to just sit back and just watch it all play out and just trust that whatever plays out, I'll be fine. I'll figure it out, you know. Just keep reminding yourself, instead of putting in those mantras, I'll be fine. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm always where I'm at. Where I'm at is always where I'm supposed to be. Nothing can happen that can hurt me. Everything is fine. Just keep telling yourself and keep telling yourself. And I already forgot what I said I was going to call this today. So anyways, I'm going to go and do that and make another cup of tea or something. So I'll talk to you in the morning. Just stay strong and stay safe. And whatever, they keep fogging everybody. I know there's something to this fog. I've said it for fucking couple of years now. And it's like a fumigation. So don't forget to do your detoxing and, you know, take care of your health, because that's what they're trying to attack all the time. And get your goddamn minerals. It doesn't matter how old you are. You're being mineral shortage. That's what they're doing. And somewhere inside of you, something is aging. So go get some minerals and take care of yourself. And I'll talk to you in the morning. Bye.